Hi, it's Dr. Heather Brown. Got an interesting conversation for today. How can I love you when you think about things so differently or look at things so differently? So what do you do when somebody that you really love has really opposing viewpoints? Do you listen to them? Do you talk it through? Just not go there because this is going to be an off-limit topic, which sometimes that's what you need to do. But is that always what you need to do? Do you talk behind their back? Do you rip them apart? Are you blending who they are as a person with the belief that they have? That happens a lot of times and it can be really problematic. So let's say I am a vegetarian and let's say you love meat. You can rip me apart because I'm a vegetarian. You can tell me I'm an idiot. You can tell me I'm a worthless human being. But really, all that I'm saying is I don't choose to eat animals. If you think about the way you look at somebody who has a different viewpoint than you, we really don't tend to stick to the issue that's different. We tend to globalize it into who that person is and what we make of them and what we believe of them. But it's their choice. And then it's our choice. How do we choose to respond to them? Do we allow them to be who they are? Or do we decide that they should be like us simply because we are us? Do you allow other people to be them? Or do you try to make them you? So here's something that I think is fascinating. It seems that people think that something is different is bad. If you don't believe something exactly the way I believe it, it's bad. I'm going to give you an example. My late husband hated broccoli. I cooked it for him a gazillion ways. Every single way I cooked it, he hated it. But one day I had an awareness. Broccoli isn't delicious. Broccoli isn't disgusting. Broccoli is broccoli. It's our taste buds. It's our preferences that put a value upon it, not the thing itself. So if you will allow yourself to recognize that because somebody has a different viewpoint or a different preference, that's all that it is. Doesn't have to be something personal against you. It doesn't have to globalize who they are as a human being. It's just their opinion or their thought or their preference or their taste buds. How can I understand you? When you come to me with something that I do not understand or I do not agree with, what do? Do I try to prove to you that you're wrong? Do I throw out all my proof and all my knowledge? Or do I say, I don't understand? Can you help me see how you see it that way? If you change the way you respond to somebody who feels about something differently, does something differently, and instead of judging them on it, if you try to understand more so why that's important to them, you're going to have so much of a better view of them. Doesn't mean you agree. To them, that's important. Like, I know what I know, but I only know what I know. What if you know more than me? Or what if you know different than me? Or what if you know other than me? I believe as soon as we say, it's my way, it's the whole way, that's all there is, that we have lost an incredible opportunity. If what somebody else has to share is true, is valid, is beautiful, that's more for us to understand. It won't challenge what we believe. And if it does challenge what we believe, is it more important to hold on to what you want to hold on to? Or is it more important to know what might be beyond what you already know? And what if what you know layers with what the other person knows, and then it takes you both to a place that's beyond what you both knew, which is the beauty of communication. But that doesn't happen in a fight. That doesn't happen in a disagreement. That doesn't happen with shunning or cutting out. That comes from, I don't get this. Guide me in this to understand your viewpoint. Oh, well, I can see that. Well, have you thought about this? And it starts to expand and expand and expand. And there can be room for so much more in that expansion. Or you can shut it down and close it off. And when we do that, we stop our ability to learn and grow and connect. So in conclusion, you can decide you're right. You can decide you know everything. But then you're missing out on so much of why we're in a relationship and why we're in this world with so many other people. If you will allow yourself to take a little bit of time to sit back, try to understand others, try to grow with others, give them the grace of maybe they're just not there yet. Maybe they don't know what you know yet. You bash them, you force them, you shove them. They're certainly not going to want to open up to what you know. Are you planting the land for them to understand this later on? Because sometimes, oftentimes, that really is our role. You give the person a little bit of information, they sit with it, they grow with it, they come back and say, hey, tell me more. Hey, could you tell me more? Could we talk about this more? Then you're really helping them. If your goal is really to help the people in your life, are you giving them that room to integrate it and take it in? Or are you just cutting them off because they don't get it immediately? You will have so much more success with people if they know you were open to communicating, open to understanding, open to learning, whether you stand with them or not. But that's not always the most important thing. The most important thing is, how do we do this together? How do we learn? How do we grow? How do we change? How do we support? I hope this has been helpful. Please let me know. Take care. See you soon.